when we're preparing for a text and human experience essay, we want to cover 4 central areas. So here they are here. What is the experience? So what are the ideas that are being presented in the story that's being told? Then we want to look at how the story's been told. So how has form been used? How has the author, the director, the playwright used their form to shape that story? 3, how does it reflect the contextual concerns of the time? So how is the story a byproduct of what's happening in the society in which the story was written? And finally, what insights are revealed? So we'll get to that in a moment, but you're going to make some evaluative statements from reading that text. Okay, so pretty much you're going to find that your text will tell the story of a character's individual experience, how they deal with, navigate through a particular experience that they're having. But their experience quite often is going to be indicative of a collective experience. So we in a fictional realm look at one character, but really it can be seen as how many people in society deal with a particular experience. So that might be how people experience war, like in All the Light We Cannot See. It might be about how people deal with the gender expectations and assumptions and stereotypes, like in the film Billy Elliot. Or it might be how individuals survive totalitarian oppression, like in George Orwell's 1984. So we're getting a bit of a sense of, we see the story of one character in particular, but it's reflective of the collective experience of surviving these type of, or experiencing these moments in time. So we have to think about what is the author's purpose, and how does that story that the author's telling, how does that challenge our assumptions and beliefs? What's it saying that makes it new and interesting, and how does it draw us into the actual story? What are the ideas that are explored? And that might have something to do with these things. And how do they challenge you to see the world differently? So what is it about this story? Quite often these type of stories have been told many times before. Why is this one unique? What is it about it that makes us see things differently and that challenges our ideas and assumptions? That type of thing. Okay, how does the story reflect society and values? Okay, well, how does this story reflect what was going on in society at the time? And it's good to think about how you, as a modern responder, respond to that as well. How does it fit your values and your belief structure? Okay, and then finally, what you'll want to do is you'll want to look at notion of form. So I've just got here novel, film, and drama, and I've put a couple types of devices that are indicative of that form. So of course there are similes and alliteration and all sorts of figurative devices in all these texts, but you want to show how the author has used some of the larger functions of the form to be able to structure that idea. Okay, that's really important. And then we get to evaluation. I'm going to go to my sheet here. So basically, the question we're going to ask is, how do the messages of the story apply to our world? So once we've navigated our way through the ideas, we want to look at and see if we can say, well, for example, I'm not being pushed into boxing, but I want to be a dancer like Billy Elliot. But what we come to understand is that gender stereotypes restrict our true potential and society's true potential. That would be a nice evaluation to make from there. From the novel All the Light We Cannot See, we could say that we cannot view the world in extremes, in binaries, such as good and evil, winners and losers, that type of thing. It's too simplistic to see the world in that sort of way. And in the novel 1984, you could say we should be wary of the potential of the dominant narrative to suppress personal autonomy and self-expression. So, we can say, well, I haven't experienced war, but what I can understand from reading that, I gain this insight that it's too simplistic to see the world in really extreme views, winners and losers, when the truth is far more blurred than that. Okay, so really, once you've encompassed all that, that gives you a good idea of the way to approach this type of essay. What you need to do is show that you know your text well, and you do that by using well-chosen evidence.